Hi guys, it's Elena and I'm enchanted to have you be here on my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be doing some clean out. This mess in here. Yep, this big mess in here that I'm kind of annoyed by and disappointed. Here it is from top to bottom. I mean, I was kind of starting off with some kind of organization there and it was kind of off to a good start, but then I ended up just piling everything in, and yeah, it needs some TLC. So let's get to it. This closet here is kind of my witchy closet. I call it my broom closet, and pretty much I keep all of the supplies in there that I use for my craft, whether it be herbs, crystals, different types of incenses, something like that. Candles, different altar pieces, decorations, any other tools or containers, storage, anything like that that I pretty much use for my craft. And I kind of like having everything all together in one bit or all together in one place, so I can kind of go to it and see what I have for what I need and what I'm planning on doing, if that kind of makes sense. My puppy's helping me out a little bit by sniffing everything. Ooh, I like rocks. Rocks, yes. My plan of attack was to have things organized by how I use them the most often. So things at the top is something that I won't be reaching for all the time since I'm gonna need a ladder to get to it. And then things right at eye level and in the middle are things I use the most. So those are my crystals, my herbs, and my essential oils. And then on the bottom is gonna be kind of like my storage containers and other things that I use fairly frequently, but not frequently enough to keep it at eye level. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. So right now I'm just trying to take everything out, or as much as I can out, because I'm kind of limited to how much space I can spread out across, and just to get enough room to work with all the tools and things like that that I have. That spinning shelf was quite useful when I had a different setup in a different room, but in there it was just kind of annoying and it kept falling off and it just wasn't working. Even though I like the shelf a lot, it's not going to be part of my little closet. Right, taking out all the things. I have a bunch of miscellaneous mirrors and ceramic pieces and all that fun stuff. I end up tending to collect a lot of things and I end up using a lot of things. Like that was a big ceramic tile for either fireproofing a workspace or just creating a makeshift altar if I'm going outside. I'm adding a couple extra shelves at the top and one more shelf on the bottom. Making sure everything's organized and hopefully put together best that I can, and trying not to fall or drop anything in the process. I like to save a lot of boxes. Those boxes are from either CosBox or FabFitFun. They're usually very nicely decorated for the season, and it just gives it a pop of color, and I'm storing the solstices and equinoxes in those big colorful boxes. If you have any questions regarding any of the tools that you see or what they could be used for, feel free to comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer. Maybe I'll do a video on various witchy tools that could be used, or how I kind of upcycle hoarded things. I'll be more than happy to share a little bit of that with you. I'm also putting like sticky note labels on all of the boxes so I kind of know where what is and make more official labels later on. That way everything is kind of at a glance. Even though that the boxes look fairly similar, I'll be able to see where what is. And here I am putting in another shelf on the bottom just to give myself a little bit more storage. was thinking a lot of how to do it the most convenient way. Here are some extra shoe boxes from my summer haul. Just fab. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it up at the top. I kind of have like a perfectionism streak to have everything be organized and labeled. Are you kind of like that, or are you a little bit more chaotic? Because I like order. There's about to be a huge thunderstorm outside. My little kitty and feathers. She likes feathers. Those are collected feathers over my walks in nature exploring. I have a whole box of them. My various athames. And the closet is starting to come together and be a bit more organized. Don't mind the mess that you see outside of the doorway. There's like that lampshade and that like plasticky bag thing. That is for my renovation in my room that I'm changing into a closet, so I'm kind of having everything going on at once. Storing all my herb jars and little bottles. As you can see, I reuse a lot of the boxes. After this video will be recorded and posted, I'm then going to magically cleanse my closet. I'm going to put up some wards because I do have a lot of magical tools and spiritual tools in it, just to kind of help protect the space outside of that closet. So hopefully everything inside will be kind of contained and no cheeky witches on YouTube will be able to sneak in. Here I was thinking I was going to put it back into the closet and just testing out, see how it works, how it looks, but I just feel like it just wasn't, it felt too bulky and just not right, so definitely not using that spinny shelf. Here I am reorganizing all my essential oils. I'm going to end up splitting them up into two different boxes, one box that can be closed and one box that's going to have to stay open because of the tall bottles. And again, labeling everything. Collecting some of my glasswares, like little bottles and jars and things like that I use for candles or specific spell work. I've been a practicing witch for over 12 years, over 13 years I think now, and I've ended up collecting a lot of stuff. putting up this gorgeous moon poster. And then making sure I've collected and put everything in there. Now I'm reorganizing some empty baby food jars. They're glass jars and they're kind of waterproof-ish. My friend has collected them for me from her recent baby, and they just make such great tools for either storage or herbs or spell work or pretty much anything, and I love them. I also use them for painting when I mix up paints and just close the cover up so I don't have to keep remixing the same color paint. They're so useful. And then other various size jars. Trying to see what else I got. The boxes just keep on coming. Now, since I took out a bunch of these out of the closet, I need to organize them and try to remember which crystal is which. So, hopefully it's gonna come out fine. So here we're going into my broom closet, which doesn't actually have any brooms. So let's go in. And I have this Earth's moon map up here. I don't really use it, I just like the way it looks. And it looks nice. So starting from the top, I have things that aren't used very frequently. I have birdseeds for spells and wreaths already pre-made in case I want to make another one. Then I have my solstices here and my equinoxes here. I keep kind of things for altar decorations or little crafts or whatever that I've made for that holiday and kind of keep it there to keep everything organized. And I should be pulling out the summer solstice one soon because that's coming up this month. Woohoo! These are old Just Fab and Cosbox boxes. I tend to hoard a lot of boxes and use them for lots of organizing and storage. So here we have elements, and I keep different tools, different things that correspond with that element for their own elements. So we have fire, water, air, and earth here, and also spirit. I also have a little containers for work, anything to do with chakras, that type of thing. And in here I have my goblet. This is old wax that needs to be either buried or dealt with. That's after spell work and things like that. I also have a little jar for moon water. I usually keep that one for making drinkable moon water, and then I have other moon waters separate. That is an incense burner in there. And then I have candles or stuff for candle making. That's why I stuck the crayons in there. I also have more candles in there, different incense, and tea lights. Lots and lots of tea lights. I end up buying a lot of this stuff in bulk because I go through it fairly quickly, so that's why I have like so much. And then onto these guys. These are my crystals storage. So I like them because they're kind of soft and very easy to see kind of what crystal it is. So I have things in here that are organized. Oh, that one's empty. That one's a Z. They're in alphabetical order. Let me show you what they usually look like. So every single type of crystal has their own kind of spot, their own box. Let me show you another one. I didn't make like official labels for them, but this is like D through J. So I have desert rose, like feldspar, jade, goldstone, that type of thing. So all of them are pretty much full except the Z. The Z has a little bit more space in case I get any more crystals. Sorry, trying to put that one up. And here I have miscellaneous crystals that are too big to fit into there. This is my lovely moon water bowl, and I don't think it's meant to be for moon water. Oh, I have salt in it right now, or had salt in it right now, but it reminds me of a seashell and I absolutely adore it. And then it has this like little lip on the side of it, so when I'm done charging my water, it's so easy to pour into a container. Love it. That is my monster of a wand. Other tools that I use, here are my herbs and such. I used to have them in these type of containers, but then I decided to get bougie and get a whole ton of these type of containers, because I just like the aesthetic of it. It just looks so much witchier, and I haven't had a chance to transfer all of them over, so a couple of them are still in like the plastic containers. This whole row is that in those glass containers, and I like it. Again, I like to save a lot of my cardboard stuff, and it just helps with organizing. Here is more different type of herbs. I have sand and flour and that type of things, other stuff to kind of work with, stuff that won't really fit into the small containers. Then we have essential oils here, and then essential oils in here. So these are like smaller bottles that can fit with the thing closed, and these are taller bottles that need kind of more space. So they're in here. I'm not worried about closing them since the closet is closed and light doesn't get in, so they shouldn't be spoiling or having any issues. Here I have glassware, and that's kind of like candle trays or different candle sticks, that type of things. I have a couple more storage in here for tarot cards and oracle cards. I have my scrying mirror here and a couple other woodeny thingies here. And here towards the bottom I have my little tiki torches for when I do castings outside under the moonlight, which I absolutely adore. I have different sized jars in these boxes, and then different sized jars in these boxes. Again, I really like to save boxes. If you haven't seen my summer haul, that is from the summer haul video, since I ended up getting a ton of shoes and it came with a ton of shoe boxes. It's pretty awesome. Back there I have kind of sheets of tile flooring which I use to take outside or to create kind of like a fireproof space. Here is a long mirror that I use for charging crystals or literally anything. So I just put it outside or on the table under moonlight, sunlight, whatever the necessary thing is, and put the crystals on top of that. Charcoal and projects in progress. And then I have storage boxes for anything dealing with the full moon and anything dealing with the new moon. So here is my nice-ish organized witchy closet, my broom room closet. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later. Bye!